everyone. I'm calling March 23rd's legislative body meeting to order at 3:17 p.m. Vice President Balfour is here. Senator Biagini.
Here.
Graphic Designer Kurtai. Here. Chief of Staff Sobolski is excused. Treasurer Fell.
Here.
DDE Frank.
Here.
Senator Garibay.
Here.
Recording Secretary Hildebrand.
Here.
Senator Lories.
Here.
Comms Director Lucero.
Here.
DPT Mahone.
Here.
Senator McKinney.
Here.
Senator Ohm.
Here.
Senator Petrovsky.
Here.
Senator President Rangel.
Here.
Senator Roberts.
Here.
Senator Sharifi.
Here.
Dewey Smith.
Here.
Senator Stout.
Here.
And Parliamentarian Wright.
Here.
Alright, perfect. Yes, the first thing that we need to do is approve last week's minutes. So we had guest speaker Becky Spritz, Dean of Arts and Sciences. She spoke for the first part of the meeting, and then we had over the floor, we talked about esports, which I have an update on for this week. The only exec report was welcoming Zoe as our new Chief of Staff. Finance Committee voted on Spring 2. Comms Committee had a town hall last week, which we also have updates on. We had a few senator reports, and then we had a relatively short second open floor, and then we talked about the DC trip, which was last Friday. Does anyone want to vote to approve the minutes? Senator McKinney? Who wants a second? Senator Petrovsky? Thank you. And then on today's agenda, we have a couple reports from the executive cabinet. Chief of Staff Sobolski is excused, so most of that is going to be covered by DDE Frank. The reports of standing committees, we have a couple. The committees have been pretty active this week. And then we have one piece of new business to vote on, which is the Classical Repertoire Club Constitution. And then PCW is next week. So does anyone want to motion to approve these minutes, or this agenda? Senator Ohm, would anyone want to second? Senator Garibay, thank you. So, welcome. First open floor. Does anyone have anything for our first open floor? Okay.
Actually, yeah. I posted in the Slack like the first draft of like language for the ranked choice voting resolution. If everyone could take a look at that, I would appreciate it.
Alright, anything else? Lovely, moving to executive reports. First up is myself. I went to the Student Innovation Committee meeting. We talked about making the culinary survey. So we now have a culinary survey. You're going to hear more in the meeting about that from PPT Mahone. I also talked to the esports people, and the petition is no more. I thought that they were just taking down the posters and that they were still going to be doing a petition, but it sounds like the petition just doesn't exist. I started planning banquet with Treasurer Fell, and I have set a turnover meeting for potentially this Friday. Next up is supposed to be Chief of Staff Sobolski. She's working on planning Pioneer Community Week, and she has scheduled one-on-ones with every member of the executive cabinet. So we have bi-weekly meetings with the Chief of Staff, so that way she can make sure that we're all on track. Next is Dewey Smith.
Okay, so last week I was continuing research on accessibility on campus. I pulled up a Globe article from earlier this year, which was it was like an opinion thing about ADA compliance on campus. So I was like, okay, let's look into what students have, and I found that Point Park does offer a Navigating Campus, a guide for students with disabilities, but it is more geared towards neurodivergencies, which is like autism, ADHD, those types of disabilities, and there's not much for anything with physical disabilities. And it was only 5 pages, which I was expecting it to be longer, but that's fine. I was thinking about maybe starting on a new one, depending. That might be something that gets pushed into next year. And as well as, that was another thing I did. Though no one came to the scheduled Dewey Committee meeting, on my one-on-one with Zoe, I talked about maybe potentially like tabling with the Dewey Committee members, taking turns tabling every other week or once a week or whatever, so students know that, hey, we're here, and if you have any problems, let us know, and also resources. So yeah.
All right, thank you, and then we have a report from DBE Frank.
Hello, everyone. As it says up there, I've been working alongside Chief of Staff Zabolski on scheduling and planning for PCW. We just got out of a meeting together, finishing up some things regarding what we're buying and whatnot for that event. Student Government's Day, like our day for the event, is actually scheduled to be on Tuesday, April 7th, which is the following week due to some scheduling conflicts. But we'll also be helping out, It's on Us, on Tuesday, next Tuesday. Tuesday the 1st of PCW for, I thought it was the 31st.
I think it's the 31st.
Yeah, for
Okay, the
Trans Day
31st.
of Visibility. We'll be having some tabling there as well. So more to come of that as well. We're going to be working with a lot of organizations and nonprofits downtown. It's going to be great. And that's all for me.
Do you need any help with that next week?
As much help as we could get, frankly, particularly on the 7th with our day, as much help as we can get manning some of the tables. There's a lot of activities that we're going to be doing to help people in the area. Even, as many hands on deck for this event as possible would be lovely.
Who's available on the 7th?
What day of the week is the 7th?
Tuesday. It's from 3 to 7 p.m.
Do you want to write down the volunteers?
I'll be able to help from 5 to 7. I have work.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to be there till after 6.
I can be there.
Cool.
I'd be about the whole time.
Cool.
I'd be available if that's handled.
Wonderful.
So it was Tuesday, April 7th?
Yes.
I can help from 3 to 5.
Thank you all so much. This is wonderful. This is so great. I will continue to talk with Zoe, and then we'll put people where needed, or reach out to people where they are needed coming soon.
Perfect, that's lovely, thank you. All right, moving on to committee reports. First, we have rules from parliamentarian break.
Alrighty, the only other thing besides the Classical Petrarch Club Constitution, which we'll get to a little bit later on this meeting, I have started making a review of all the club constitutions currently in the herd. I know that last year's parliamentarian, Arden, wanted to do like a massive updating and review of all clubs and their constitutions, but due to the switching over from point sync to the herd, that kind of already weeded itself out in a way that makes sense. So instead of making sure it's the most recent version, my focus is more on compliance with student activities and student government guidelines. I have my one with Keely this coming Wednesday, or this Wednesday actually. So I'll discuss more with her then about reaching out to clubs about this sort of thing, pointing out oh, this constitution wasn't on the herd, or this one wasn't was missing important things. So a little more to come from that, but that is a thing that is happening.
All right, lovely, next is, was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, perfect. Student Innovation Committee.
So, we have finished our culinary survey. We have these now. Our goal is to try to get 300 responses on them in the next 2 weeks. So I would very strongly recommend to all senators to do this as your office hour. Just go up to people at a high traffic area like B3 or Village Park or the library or whatever.
Or a cab event.
Or a cab event, yeah, we put a lot of suggestions on the instruction sheets here. Just go ask people to fill them out. It shouldn't take more than 1 or 2 minutes apiece. And I will be collecting senator reports now going forward. The first one will be due next week, a week from today. And this is a thing that you can put in and say, this is what I did for my office hour. Yeah, I think that's about everything.
So raise of hands, who's going to be able to do that this week?
Everybody should raise their hand.
7, okay. And it's okay if you can't this week, that's fine. So we only have 5 clipboards, so you're gonna have to coordinate with other people to make sure that all the clipboards are available at the times that you need. Just letting you know. And we've printed out 120 copies to start, so I assume that you're going to probably need more at some point. If you need more surveys, they're available in the Google Drive. If you don't have access to the Google Drive, let me know. I thought that I had it set up so that everyone who has access to it can view it. In function, it's not doing that. I'm so sorry about that. Yes.
Just in regards to the Google Drive, there is a weird issue with Slack where like, we can't see posts that are more than 90 days old because we don't have like the premium plan, but we can still see pinned posts even if they're more than 90 days old. So when you went to like post like a link to the post in the chat, it said we didn't have access to it.
But if you go to
If
the
you go through the link, but if you go to the general channel and then at the top where it says messages, files, pins, if you go to pins, you can access the Google Drive there. And also I have DM'd another link to the Google Drive to I think every senator on Slack. If I missed you, then just let me know and I'll send it to you there if that's easier for you than going through the hoops of evading the 90-day sunset that Slack has imposed on us.
So right now we want you guys to be the first ones to take the survey because we're all students, so we can take it. So PPT Mahone is going to pass out a copy. Just take one and then pass it down. We also have pens if you need a pen. Again, it'll take literally 1 minute. Make sure to put your ID number in the top left corner. So if you're talking to other people taking the survey, tell them to put their ID number in the top left survey. And when you ask people to take the survey, make sure that they haven't already taken it, because obviously it happened. So just make sure that they haven't taken it already.
Gas station.
We were a little silly with it.
We were a little silly with it,
Yeah,
but I think
it was great.
Yeah.
We were silly in a very constructive manner.
We were making this, it was fun. Sorry. You're good. We also don't have this.
Is that my color?
I do find that.
I wouldn't be
Gavin, do you want one? Ethan, do you want one? I don't know your name, I'm sorry. Do you want one?
That's alright, thank you.
No, that's fine.
The 1 and the 10 are both hyperbolic because we generally want people to think harder about it than just picking the
Yeah, the goal is to have more nuanced data than 0 and 10.
Been to the dining hall since last year, not gonna lie. Bye.
I did not know. I love gas station. Honestly, I have to go to that like a 6 or
Yeah.
Like, I'm genuinely
I would
it's
be on the
probably
floor, and that's silly.
If you don't eat at the dining hall, put I don't eat at the dining hall under the any other comments section.
Thank you,
But my point is like, if someone doesn't eat the food because they don't want to, but like, all I'm saying is like,
There's comma because
like you could just
Oh my
The data speaks for itself.
yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, the
Is
data
it,
speaks
it
for
will
missed
show up in
out
the data,
on
where you
the
have
fire.
I don't think it's gonna be, I think it's.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, yeah. I woke up to Riley text me that the meeting was happening.
You've already taken the survey.
Right? Actually. Oh, wait, what did I first? I had like those like keyboard like clicky things. Like, we just keep those. I don't have any dietary restrictions.
I do.
So it covers them.
I don't know.
That's all
I suck.
But it's gonna warp your database, the people you actually have to use versus the people who don't have to, you don't have to adjust it, you can put that. So it's gonna make it seem like more people.
that's true, you're right.
Where should we put them once we're done? Should we put them in a pile together? Or?
You can pass them down, so just pass this table that way and this table back up this way. so that means that pretty much everyone should be wrapping up at this point, so if student innovations, report is up, then I'm gonna pass it to Comms Director Lucero. Are you ready? Or do you need time?
No, I'm good. Actually, Liv, do you wanna talk about the town hall since I wasn't there?
Oh yeah, unfortunately Tatum was sick.
Couldn't join us, but we had our town hall on Wednesday last week. It went pretty well, honestly. We had a good turnout. Everybody liked the food. We had a bunch of cake left. If y'all want some cake, there's still some in the office. Okay, oh, never mind. There was a lot of cake at one point. Let's see. We had, I'm just guessing, maybe like 15 people. Yeah, it was pretty good. We discussed all of the topics that we had written down, like for people to be able to speak about. A big one was culinary. I actually wish that the person was here to fill out the survey, but one of the students approached us after we had sort of kind of wrapped things up. We were supposed to go from 5 to 7, we ended at like 6:30, but they said that they had to go to the hospital because of the dining hall food, because they don't wash the fruit at the dining hall, and they have really bad allergies to that kind of stuff, so they ate an apple from the dining hall, had to get EpiPenned, and then had to go to the hospital. I mean, like, they were fine, but when you get EpiPenned, it's just procedure to go to the hospital, so I was like, oh, that's not good. So, yeah, we got a lot of good feedback, including that. We had like 3 people taking notes. We had Marissa, who's on our comms committee, and then we also had Sienna and Grace taking notes as well. Yeah, we got good feedback. It was pretty much what I had expected. I think we're doing another one, aren't we? Are we doing another
Yeah,
one?
we can do another one.
Yeah. Well, are we, or did I just make that up?
We're supposed to do another one. I was gonna ask
Okay.
next year's president, vice president, what they thought.
Okay, so we might be doing another one. If you have the time to like go, great. If not, I would encourage other people to go, because it's a big draw. Like, all you have to tell people is you get free food and you get to complain about Point Park and you could win a prize. Like, I don't know what isn't appealing about that, but yeah, it went well. So
Besides the mic issues, or
yeah, we had a little bit of microphone issues, but
it was maybe
we figured it
that
out.
specific.
fine. It went good. Yeah, it went really well. All right, and then moving to Senator of the Week, if you want to announce why, and then say who at the end, and I'll click the slide.
So the senator that I chose for Senator of the Week was one of the few people who went on the DC trip with me, Madigan, and Christian, and Riley. And they've also just been really on it when it comes to being in the set committee meetings with everyone, and
You'll be given the plaque right after this meeting.
it's in my door.
Oh, okay, you're across the hall for me, so.
Literally just 2 steps. Here you go.
Okay, and with that, moving on to Senator reports. So Senator of the Week, what have you been up to?
Well, I filled out the the online therapist thing. I did that this past week, which was interesting. And I went on the DC trip, which was really fun. It was a good experience. I felt like I got closer with a lot of people a part of SGA. And then I'm excited to do the surveys this week. That's what I'm looking forward to. So.
All right, any other senators? Yep, Senator Loris.
So I was talking with Sienna because she's going through all of the constitutions and stuff like that, making sure they're compliant. And the ballroom one was a hot mess. So we were talking with Sienna, Sabria, and I were working with Elizabeth to kind of fix that constitution a little bit. And I was thinking that if we do want to make sure all the constitutions are compliant, you could send some of us to go talk with club leaders and their presidents to help them fix their constitution, because a lot of them don't really know how to format a constitution.
Yeah, something that I've been wanting to do more of is like having senators do outreach to clubs, which is something that I tried to focus on and was just unable to get the project off the ground for whatever reason. So that's definitely something I would love to see you guys work on doing more of in the future. Sorry that I kind of flopped on that one. Anything else? Okay, cool. And with these surveys, take the initiative to finish the initiative, just a reminder of my motto for the year. All right, moving into new business, Classical Repertoire Club. Would anyone like to motion to discuss Classical Repertoire Club? Senator McKinney, would anyone like to second? Senator Biagini? Okay, Parliamentarian Race, take it away.
Okay, so this is the Classical Repertoire Club, which was brought to me by one of our very own senators, Senator Laries. Basically, from my understanding, I don't know a lot about like dance in general, but classical dance, the club is to like bring in like either people who are familiar with classical dance or people who don't dance at all but want to learn more about it, and like do classes and like learn more in events and that sort of thing. And it is my recommendation that we approve this because I think it would be cool to have classical dance on this campus, and based also this understanding, classical repertoire isn't covered by ballroom dance. So it makes sense to have a different club in my view.
Does anyone have anything to discuss about this constitution? Senator Petrovsky?
Just added, because I was only able to skim through it, would non-dance majors be able to join the club?
Yes, we're actually recommending it more towards non-dance majors than dance majors.
Any other questions about this constitution? Senator Roberts?
If it's like a rap club, like is it focused on like teaching rap, or is it like actually the technique? Like what exactly is it?
We were thinking of having it be like a mix of like learning classical variations, but also working on technique, because we do want people who don't usually dance and like do ballet like seriously to do it. So we do think that it would be beneficial to have a technique portion, but it would be heavily focused on learning like variations just for fun.
The goal is also to have a little bit of like everything for everybody. Like if people are interested in competing, we'll try to offer that. If people are interested in doing like, you know, full length or partial length ballets, we would try to offer that as well. Just something for everybody.
All right, lovely. Any other questions? Okay, with that, I'll ask the question. All in favor of approving the Classical Repertoire Club Constitution?
Point of order real quick. Since the two of you are directly involved with this club, you cannot vote on any matters related to it. So for purposes of vote, you would have to abstain. But
Okay.
Point of order, I don't think that's true. I think that's just like a,
A personal
like
preference
a,
thing.
yeah.
no, that's true.
Is it?
Yes.
They didn't make me abstain on the yes constitution.
I think we did.
I
I remember us having this exact same conversation.
I think what happened is that I voted yes, and then you guys made me feel bad about it, so then I changed my vote to abstention.
So you didn't vote for yes,
But-
you voted for no.
What are we? My
Based on my
understanding is that it was like
understanding.
a pure
I think we're
pressure
gonna
thing.
go with the
Okay.
parliamentarian on this one.
Okay, no, you're right,
Giesky, do you have?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
You said it just right.
Okay, perfect. So interference, we'll do it again. So all those abstaining from the Classical Repertoire Club Constitution, we'll start with those. And then all those approved. All those opposed? All right, that passes. All right, lovely. Moving into the second open floor. Anyone have anything to talk about this week? Senator Petrovsky?
This one is more minor, but I would like to add that the inspections on the Lawrence Hall elevators are due for inspection since October, which getting them inspected again might help with the issue of them constantly breaking and always one of them being out of order.
Do we know that to be true? Or
I
is that
have a
question
picture
that
of
we're asking?
the inspection.
Oh, yeah.
Notice
I
that's
do
in,
too.
I think, the first elevator.
Do you wanna pass that to Geeski and he can take a look and see?
I assure you they're not. I know the sign in there is wrong. There's some reason why it is what it is, but all current inspections are on file in the physical plans office. Anybody can request to see it, and you can see it. And there is somebody on campus every single day fixing an elevator. So we have somebody here literally every single day working on that.
So
We
can
are
they
a vertical
change that
campus.
slip next time?
There's a reason why they're not. You all can ask that question. I don't specifically know exactly why.
Okay.
But I assure you, all elevators on campus are up to date when it comes to them being inspected.
Okay,
They have to be.
okay, perfect. All right, anything else? Alrighty, if that's it, then announcements. Pioneer Community Week is next week, so be sure to volunteer or volunteer to help other people volunteer. Either way, volunteer. Any other announcements from anyone? Okay, cool. And I'm calling this meeting to a close at 3:43 p.m.